Hello, so in this video I'm gonna go over my GitHub repositories. I have a GitHub account and I have a GitHub account and here I keep my repositories. I have three, dotfiles, Bali, and bears. I'm gonna explain you each one of them and why do I keep them and why do I have them. So the first one is dotfiles. My dotfiles repo I use to keep my configuration files. So usually you have a, let me open up here, on your home directory. If I list here, you have a .config directory. If you enter here and list, you have a folder to each of your applications that support a configuration file. Usually it's this is the place that it's gonna be. So I have Alacrity, CMuse, Dadby, Feelings, Calculator, i3, NeoVim, Newsboat, Cube Browser. So a lot of config files. So in this repository here on .config, I keep my configuration files for a lot of the applications I use. So you can just come here and download some of them, or you can clone the repository with Git. If you are on Linux, you can just go Git clone and then https://github.com Bruno Montezano and .files. So you're gonna have the whole repository on your computer and you can just test my config files. So let's go to the next repository. Next one is Bali. Bali is an acronym for Bruno's Arch Linux instructions. So what it is it's basically a guide that I made for myself to remember everything I need to install after a fresh Arch Linux install. So here I go over installing some packages, creating a new user, install a AUR helper, in this case Yay, install i3 gaps and some of the applications I use on a daily basis. Here I grab my .files from the .files repository that I just showed you. Here I install the ST terminal emulator. Now currently I'm using Alacrity, but I was using ST before. And yeah, and install Vandal, my Vim plugin manager. And some other things like scripts to my i3 config, and yeah, that's it. But you can follow it just I did for me, but you can use it on a fresh install of Arch and get the same result and actually get a desktop that looks just like mine, you know. So yeah, and my latest repository is bears. Bears is Bruno's Easy Arch Rise setup. So it's basically what Bali have written on the guide, but it's actually two scripts that I forked basically from one of old Luke Smith videos, and I wrote changed some stuff like just to match with my needs, and it is, I could say, an alpha version because I haven't even tested it, but I'm gonna update on the description of the video if it is working or not, and how it is at the moment. So yeah, I have a first script that is the initial setup that you need to run with as root, and then after creating your user and installing a lot of packages, you can run as your user the final setup. That, let me just open this up, and this is going to install some fonts and get my dot files, and set up the layouts script on for i3 gaps, and then gonna run this rsync command to put all my dot files in your home directory, so you're gonna be fine. And going to install Vandal, the Vim plugin manager, and then you can just use your system. But I do not recommend you to run it just now, but I'm gonna update it when it's better written. But you can take the code here in the link, github.com/Bruno Montezano/bears, and then you can change to your needs. And yeah, if you test it, just tell me in the comments if it worked, and I'll be really happy to know. So the video is basically it. Maybe in some next videos I'm gonna show you how do I manage the repositories and how do I use Git, so you can just start using it because it's a really good piece of software. So yeah, this is the video for today, and I hope you liked it. So see you in the next video.